Okay folks, to make half square triangles 2 at a time, we need to begin with 2 pieces of fabric. Here I've already cut mine. The general rule of thumb is if you need a 3-inch finished half square triangle, then you begin with a 4-inch piece of fabric. If you need a 4-inch finished half square triangle, then you begin with a 5-inch piece of fabric. This allows for a little bit of wiggle room to trim down, but in some cases it is really only about 1/8 of an inch that you're chopping off. So sometimes what I like to do is make it 1 inch and 1/8 bigger, just to give me a little bit more wiggle room in the trim down. So to begin, normally on the lighter of the 2 fabrics, we need to draw a diagonal line just in one direction. My line is nice and dark there so you can see it. Pair this on top of the other piece with right sides together. And then we're going to take this to the sewing machine and stitch 1/4 of an inch either side of the drawn line. As you can see, or you may not be able to see, I have stitched either side of this line now. Then we are going to use our rotary blade and ruler and cut the block on our drawn line. This gives you your 2 half square triangle units, and the general rule of thumb is that we press to the dark. So I'm going to go do that now, and then we'll square up. As you can see, they're now both pressed towards the darker of the 2 fabrics. This is generally to eliminate a shadow line or a visible seam line through the lighter fabric from the darker one. To square up your half square triangle units, in this case I started with a 5-inch square, so for a 4-inch finished half square triangle I need a 4.5-inch trim here. So I place a square ruler in this instance to follow the diagonal. That 45-degree line down the middle of the square goes along the seam line, and then we're looking to make sure that there is enough fabric past the 4.5-inch points here, or the 3.5-inch points if it was a 3-inch finish, the 2.5-inch points if it was 2-inch finished, and so on. Check that line again, and then we trim on 2 sides. Rotate this block, and this time what we do is we line up our 4.5 inches on the outsides of the block here and ensure that our 45-degree angle is still going straight across the middle. We trim. That's one, and repeat with the other. And there you have it. 2 at a time, half square triangles. Thanks for watching.